Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I have my update for Project Level Up, which was created by Sophie Alexandra here on YouTube. So I am on level 3 and I am working on my I Heart Revolution Oh the Places You'll Go palette. So the goal is to use every shade 3 times and hit 3 pans. So I will insert a picture of what this palette looked like when I rolled it in last month. It did have 2 pans to start out with in this palette, and then here is what it is looking like today. So there is a little bit of difference going on here, and I am super excited to talk about my uses with these shades and the progress I've made on this palette so far. So I will have looks popping up on the screen as I go through these shades. So this first one here is actually the first pan I hit in this palette, and I used this one 5 times. This one came a lot faster than I expected, but I was super excited and happy to have my first pan for this project. This next shade here, I reached for 3 times, so I have hit my usage goal with that one, and I have not reached for it anymore since, and I really don't plan on reaching for it anymore. That is probably one of my least favorite shades in this palette, but it's still nice, just not a huge orange person. Next to that we have this blue shimmer, which I also reached for 3 times, so this one has hit the usage goal as well. Originally this was going to be one of the shades that I worked on hitting pan on, but I ended up changing it a little bit, but I did think this one would be easier initially, but I ended up changing my mind, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. But I did hit my usage goal with this one, and I'm really happy about that. Alright, next we have my second pan for this project. So this is the light purple shade, and I reached for this one 16 times to hit pan. This pan did not want to happen. I was working on it so much. I used it mostly in my inner corner, but I just kept thinking every single day that I was finally going to get there, but it was very stubborn. But I'm very excited to say that I do finally have a pan in this shade. It took way longer than any of the other shades that I have hit pan on in this palette, so I was definitely surprised about that, but I am very happy to have a pan in that shade, and that one is one of my favorites in this palette as well. Next up we have this light green shimmer, and I already had pan on this before I rolled this into the project, so I just had to hit my usage goal, and I did use this one 3 times, so I did do that, which is super exciting. The shade next to it, this darker purple matte shade, I reached for 4 times, so one more use than the usage goal, which is super exciting, so that one is good to roll out as well. Then we have this pink shimmer shade, and I reached for this one 3 times. This one also had pan on it before I rolled it into this project, so that one doesn't count either. And then moving on to the very last shade, this gold shade, I have reached for this one 8 times so far, and this is the one that I am currently working on hitting pan on. That will be my last pan within this palette for this project. I ended up switching over to this one because I have rolled in a few other yellow shades in different projects, and I just thought this one paired better with those than the blue shade. And you might think this one should actually be an easier shade, but if you know me, you know yellow gold is not a favorite shadow of mine, but this one isn't too bad, and I kind of wanted to push myself a little bit to hit pan on this one instead. So I am working towards pan in this shade, and once I hit pan, I will be able to roll this palette out and move on. I mentioned in my last update that I think I'm going to stop at level 3. I think that's going to be my cutoff, at least for now, and I'm going to go back to level 1 once this palette rolls out. I just feel like that's a little bit more manageable for me, and I am not really looking to hit multiple pans in a palette in such a short amount of time. So I think 3 will be a good stopping point for me. I did think about adding in a usage goal for the later levels, but I really do want to hit pan in my palette, so I think just going up to level 3 for now is going to be the best goal for me. So this one is going to be staying in for the time being. I just have one more pan to hit and I am super excited. I am going to wait until this one officially rolls out before rolling another palette in, just because I am working on several palettes and shades within my collection in different projects. I don't want to overwhelm myself too much, so I just want my focus within this project to be on one palette at a time. So hopefully this one won't take me too much longer, but I did want to get this update up, and hopefully within the next handful of uses I will be able to have my third pan in this palette. So that will conclude my update. Let me know what you guys thought. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Let me know if you're doing this project or what other projects you are doing. I feel like I'm working on quite a few different projects on my channel, which is super fun for me. I always enjoy them. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future uploads. I am really working towards 500 subscribers, so if you are interested, please consider. I would really appreciate it. And with all of that said, I will see you in my next video. Bye!